Hi, I'm John Dreyer, and I just wanted to share with you how God has changed my life. Despite standing in front of you as a proud Bobcat senior, I didn't start off my college at OU. I actually started as a bright-eyed freshman at The Ohio State University. When I got there, I told myself that I needed to be an adult and that I needed to have everything together, and I needed to be in control of my life. So, despite growing up in a Christian home and calling myself a Christian, I didn't make any effort to seek out a ministry on campus. I was in charge of my life, not God. So, classes started up, and I was excited to get started. I had done pretty well in high school. Mostly, I attribute that to my good memory because I didn't really work that hard. But it never occurred to me that that strategy might not be very effective in college. So imagine my surprise when my grades started coming back and they're terrible. Much worse than I've ever gotten before. Now, some people would buckle down and, work harder and get their grades up. But these things just broke me down. I had believed that I had it all together and that this wasn't supposed to happen to me. Class went from being a place to learn to a place of shame and depression. It was painful to go because it was a reminder of my failure and that I wasn't good enough. So I stopped going. Even the thought of class or leaving my dorm paralyzed me. So I withdrew. Instead of class, I would do anything I could to occupy my brain. Video games mostly. The feelings were easy to bury, but one way or another they would come up. Like when I went to bed and had nothing to occupy my brain. The shame would come back like a creeping shadow. So I wouldn't sleep. Instead, I would stay awake until I literally couldn't stay up anymore and my body would force me to go to bed. But on the weekend before final exams, I lay in my bed facing that wall of despair, and it was creeping up on me. I didn't know where to turn. Everything I had done was now facing me. My failure felt immense. But then I heard a voice say, "I'm right here. Rely on me." Instantly, the voice of God made my shame vanish, and I felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. I immediately called my mom and dad and told them I needed someone to pick me up in the morning, that I needed to come home. From that day on, I wasn't on the throne of my life anymore. All that had brought me was shame and depression. Instead, God made a way for me to come back to Him. My life is no longer defined by whether or not I succeeded or failed, but by what Jesus' plan was for me. And after a year of healing and growing closer to Him, He brought me back here to OU. He had a plan for my healing, and that's the sacrifice of His Son, Jesus. I was ashamed, but now I'm at peace. I'm John Dreyer, and that story is my 180 difference.